fans are singing along with Bryson Stott's walk-up music.
Everybody standing here at Citizens Bank Park. Sanchez to the belt.
Breaking ball, hit in the air, center field.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Christopher Sanchez, for the first time in the big leagues, has thrown a complete game shutout.
Harper looks at Arcia again as he goes around the second base.
And it's turned into the Bryce Harper game.
The game's tied. Castellanos in the third. Dusty is waving him home. Here's the relay to the plate. There'll be no throw. Phillies leading. Breaking ball blasted. Game is tied. Castellanos for the Phillies. And it's a brand new game. And the Phillies close out the National League East. They are the champions of 2024.
Alrighty, Chasers, welcome back to a brand new edition of the Quit Chasin show. We are a little cheeky, a little irreverent, and always unqualified. We're in the dog days of the baseball season, so sometimes you'll get a meandering episode like last week, or you'll get a heavy dose of baseball like this week. But you will always get something at least one of us finds entertaining. Without further ado, I'm Alex Kruger, that's Chris and Danny Gerb. Danny, say hi to the nation.
Hey, everyone. How you doing tonight, Alex and Chris?
I'm doing great. Chris, how about you?
Fantastic. Glad to be back.
Chris, let me ask you a question. So Christopher Sanchez goes by Christopher. You go by Chris. How does a person choose whether they're going to go as Chris or as Christopher or as Topher, like Topher Grace? Like, how do you decide which way you're going with it?
I feel more comfortable with the shorter version. I've always said the only two people that are allowed to call me Christopher are my mother and my wife.
You know what? That's fair. That is a fair point.
It's like, as a kid, when you're in trouble and it's, hey, did your mother ever say Alexander or whatever when she was really pissed off at you?
My father has let out plenty in Alexander Pauls in my direction.
Yeah, that's
so, for sure.
That's my mindset behind it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like
what
it.
What is the formal Topher?
I feel like it's Christopher, isn't it?
It's Christopher. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Isn't Xander a shortened version of Alexander?
Alexander.
Yeah.
I'm Alex, and then there's Xander. So
that I've
Topher
heard. Just
the other half of Christopher.
A Topher is a Christopher.
I mean, Richard is a Dick.
Topher Grace's given birth name is Christopher John Grace. So it says Wikipedia.
Get out of here.
I'll tell you what, man. Like, tell me I'm wrong, but Topher's kind of a badass name. Like, I don't hate the name Topher.
It doesn't work for everybody.
I had no idea. I thought it was a name unto itself. No idea it was short for Christopher. I actually thought it was kind of like a human gopher kind of thing, as I always thought. Like mole people. It's a mole person name.
I always associate it with tofu. Like a topher was someone that was like, oh, I'm a total topher. Like, I'm a big tofu guy.
Killer Topher. I went Topher.
You know what you did, and I appreciate you for it. Danny, what's new in your neck of the world, man? You've been in buildings in Philly and all that good jazz.
I have been in buildings in Philly. They're standing. They're great. Nothing, man. Nothing's going on.
All right. Well, how's SEPTA?
It sucks.
That's what I wanted to hear. All right.
You know what? So, quick story.
Please, I'm excited. Sorry. No, go ahead.
I went to Kim's house on Sunday. We were going to go to the Mary Anderson pool. I decided to take the L, get the transfer, hop on the Broad Street line, and go to her house. She is in South Philly. I am in Kensington. It took me an hour and 40 minutes, and this is before any of the shutdowns or
condensing of ability.
Yeah, or some of the services being cut. That was before that. And I just thought to myself, if this is what it is like, it will be unusable. Yeah, it's going to be unusable. And it pissed me off so much that I did have tickets to the Monday game against the Mariners, that I got stuck in work and wasn't able to go to it. But then I was thinking to myself, I have no idea how I'm going to get down there because I'm so traumatized from my SEPTA experience on Sunday that I didn't want to do it the following 18 hours later.
how far away from the park is your house?
Mileage wise,
Yeah.
probably about 7.
Damn. Okay, that's not and especially Kensington, etc. You're not walking that, so fair enough.
No, yeah, I'm not walking it at all.
I get
And I'm not driving because I'm going to pay $145 to park. There are people.
25, yes.
There are some other street parking and other hacks that I don't want to blast
Exploit.
out to people who don't know. Yeah, exactly.
No, that's fair. I once took one of Stinky Nate's hacks at parking downtown, and that's how my car got towed on Thanksgiving Eve.
Fair enough.
Yeah. You know what that does? I will say, why can't we as a country get rail travel correct? You know, this is weirdly becoming the season where we're celebrating rail travel, but man, you see the super speed things and you wonder, like, why can't we have that? We have all these highways. What if we replaced a highway with a high speed train? Wouldn't that help? I don't know.
There is a reason for it, and I totally forget. But there is a well documented, well researched, well-known reason for that. All right. Simple Google search will get to there.
Oh, hard pass. I'll just wait for ChatGPT to catch up. But folks, I think we've done the banter part of the agenda. We can check that mark off. Shall we get into the week that was?
Topher means Christopher. Sure.
All righty, folks. You'll remember last week during the episode, we had recapped the first of the Washington game, which was a dispiriting and BS loss. It was our third in a row. Well, the next game up, Philadelphia 6, Washington 2. I'd love to say that the takeaway from this game was Schwarber and Harper doing what was needed to get our boys the win. But nope. This game will forever be etched into our memories for the moment a ball smacked the piss out of one of Johan Duran's lower extremities. Now, this being Philly, we'll never know medically what happened with Johan, and even if we are told something, I'm not going to believe the answer. But sadly, Duran wasn't the only pitcher from this game who ended up dealing with some injury issues. Again, folks, I try to write these as we go. Duran's fine. The injury was just a blip in the radar. Next up, though, Philly 0, Washington 2. Phillies came out flat, uninterested, and uninspired. Taiwan did his part and only let in 2 runs, but I have a theory for why the Phils played like ass. I think they were informed before the game that Wheeler had a blood clot in his right shoulder and was being shut down indefinitely. There are some injuries that suck and some that are scary. Blood clot seems to be a pretty scary one, so hopefully Wheels can be okay as a human. We'll worry about the ball player later. But yeah, I think they came out flat because they were worried about their guy. And apparently the High Hopes guys floated this theory like a week ago, so there you go. Danny, I didn't know. I swear to God, when I told you about this theory, I did not know that they had already said it. So this time I'm not plagiarizing them. Burn the boats.
I absolutely believed you that because I know sometimes when I say, hey, did you hear this? You're like, I'm a couple days away or whatever. Right. So I believed you on that. That being said, the other one you did absolutely want to rip. But burn the boats.
Burn the boats. First off, it's not plagiarism if you cite your source. And I was going to, so, all right, Jack, I know you're listening. So here's a little bit of inside baseball on our end. We were going to name this episode #Burn the Boats. And I was going to give you your flowers because you, my friend, in my opinion, have started this moment. You have brought Cortez to Philadelphia and you have burned the boats. And I love it. And I'm here for it. But then you guys released your episode today entitled Burn the Boats. And as much as I am good with doing an homage, I'm not going to straight up rip you off a day later. So that is why you see a different title. What is that title? I don't know, but it ain't #Burn the Boats.
Even though, thank you though anyways.
Yes, thank you for giving us permission to use it. A part of me wonders if you knew ahead of time that you guys were going to name your episode that when you gave me permission, but either way, I don't care. And if we inspired you to name the episode that, which we didn't because you had that thought first, I'm happy.
He had no idea. And he's probably hoping that we don't. And we're not.
We're not, Jack. Don't worry. You can tell your little seltzer buddy, that drink, that we're not going to do it. It's fine. It's fine. You guys have it. You earned it. All right. Next up,
bigger than baseball, though, right? And everyone said it. Everyone said it.
All right. Why are blood clots so scary? I'm an idiot. I have a psychology degree. That's not a real science. So why is a blood clot in the shoulder like a life-threatening?
I'm pretty sure they can move when they reach the brain. They can cause strokes and aneurysms, that type of thing. If they get into the heart, that's not good. Like they can move.
Okay, they can move. That's good information because I always thought when blood clotted, it meant that your scab was healing.
Yeah, blood clots are an issue.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like white blood cells. If you have too many of them, you have cancer.
There are things to monitor. Yeah. They can cause strokes, they can cause aneurysms, all sorts of things.
The leading thing can be a heart attack, and that's just because of how hard the hardened blood can pretty much block anything going through those arteries or veins. I've got a friend who is a professional athlete. She had an issue with one a couple of years ago, kept her out of action for about 8 or 9 weeks. Now hers was in a completely different extremity than the shoulder, which obviously is the most important extremity on Zach Wheeler's body from a baseball standpoint. So, better safe than sorry, no matter how long he's out.
Damn. It was Coco Gauff, wasn't it? That's your friend. I know you can't say the name, but it was Coco Gauff. That's fine. You can. It's okay.
Sure. We'll say it was Coco Gauff. Yeah.
All right. I like it.
Google it.
Google it. There you go. All right, folks. Next up in the finale of this series, there it is. Philadelphia 11, Washington 9.
The longest Sunday game ever.
This was an extremely wacky ass game. It was a Roku game. It started at like 11 something. Let me tell you, Fransky and Stockard were not happy about being up that early in the morning to talk about baseball, and the game would not end. All right, this one was an extremely wacky ass game. Aaron Nola's back, and Bohm is in the cleanup spot. Now, I got cocky and dumb when the Phils jumped out to a 6-0 lead in the second after Bohm hit a 3-run shot. And by the third inning, it was all tied up, and Nola was chased. We had a 3-run lead again by the sixth, thanks to Casty's second at-bat, a solo blast during a cold streak so harsh, we usually only see it during the NLCS and beyond. Duran came in to close this one out, and we get a split from Washington. Oh, and the Brewers' 14-game winning streak came to an end as well.
And beyond, listen to this craziness. That game.
Please tell me.
Chris alluded to it. That game, 3 hours, 22 minutes.
Wow.
Hold on, I dug it a little deeper. The average game so far this season is 2 hours, 40 minutes. The longest game so far this season was May 23rd, Dodgers at Mets. It was a 13 innings, 4 hours, 8 minutes. The next longest game after that, another 13 inning game, April 9th, Pittsburgh 2, St. Louis 1. That was 3 hours and 23 minutes, 13 innings, 1 minute longer than our 3 hour, 22 minute, 9 inning Sunday morning church fest or whatever it was. It was a Baptist church. That game was a Baptist church service. No in and out Protestants.
You were a lot of dancing. That's so true.
Yep. You were singing. You were there for the day.
You were there for the day. You were sweating through it. And God help you if you lose that luster, Grandma gonna get you. Now I will say, it's 26 combined hits and 20 combined runs. I guess that does make sense. You look at it. The Phillies threw out 6 pitchers all day. That's gonna. It was an old school long ass game, wasn't it? But you know what? Phil's got the win, and they showed so much life and so much just you're not going to beat us today. Like no matter how many times you punch, we're going to get back up. And it was really nice to see. Coming up, though, the big dumper was coming to town, and we didn't know it was going to happen with this seafaring team. But you know what happened, guys? This seafaring team came in, and we #burned their boats. Seattle 7, Philadelphia 12. Danny, Chris, where were you when the Phillies rallied around their minus Wheeler? This felt like one of those game stretches where the offense said to the defense, we absolutely got you, and turned it back on. It won't last, but man, it felt good. You know what else felt good? Classic Ranger doing his Rangerous thing. In this moment, as I write this in the 7th inning, these Fightins are absolutely back and ready to mash your freaking face in. I'm going to eat this when I recap tomorrow's game, aren't I? Thankfully, no. I remember writing that to you gentlemen of like, all right, I'm writing this recap and it's feeling great, but we'll see what happens next. Because the next game, Seattle 4, Philly 6. Sanchez had no problem sliding into that number 1 role, tossing 6 strong innings amid an ump that wasn't sure where the bottom of the zone was. Kirkland came in and immediately set us up to surrender a 4-4 lead. But JT, being a Levi's and Core banquet-loving hero after bopping a 2-run shot in the 8th, like a leader does. After that, it was Durantula time, and he struck the big dumper out on 3 straight 102-mile-an-hour fastballs. I think baseball's fun again. What do you guys think? Are you having fun watching these games?
It definitely is a breath of fresh air that we haven't really seen in the last I'd say almost full season. You know, this This is a team that can't put 3 straight wins together, especially in this fashion. And I mean, through 2 games, it looked pretty damn good.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And honestly, it continued into Wednesday. Seattle 2, Philly 11. I don't know who did what to this offense, but good God. Again, everybody got a hit. Again, Kepler looked competent as hell. Again, Trey Slapdick single went off this time to the tune of 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 RBI. I have a Cassidy jersey. He is my favorite player on this team, but I don't give a shit. Sit him if it helps us win. Jesus Luzardo, Chris Sanchez, and Ranger Suarez all had double-digit strikeouts and made the Mariners look like, well, last week's Phillies. That was one of my best jokes of all time, guys.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You're killing me. All right, Danny, we've been asking for 3 years now for this team to look different. But I got to tell you, I always expected it would be different plus, not different minus. But this team looks to have done something they haven't done since 2003, which is wake the F up. 2 different games of 20-plus hits and an offense that feels determined and motivated in a way I haven't seen them since we lost to Arizona in the NLCS. Like I said, guys, Jack Frisk said it's time to burn the boats on Twitter. Now he's making it a rallying cry for the city of Philadelphia, and I'm here for it. I support it. I want to shout it from the rooftops. If ever there was a city full of barbarians that will either win or die, it's Philadelphia. And I got to ask, like last year felt like sleepwalking, and this year up until the Wheeler injury felt like sleepwalking again. But it does feel different, and I'm personally amazed at how different it feels because of a minus when I always expected it to feel different because of a plus. Like by adding a Eugenio Suarez or something, I expected more of a plus. And Duran was like a good plus, but he's an every couple of days plus. The Wheeler minus is fascinating mentally and what it's done to this team. Danny, I got to ask you. When this first happened, your whole reaction, your whole take was like, bro, it's one guy. He plays once every 5 games. Like it's not going to sink your team. But now that a few days have passed and you've seen what this team has done, have you kind of changed your stance on that a little bit?
Yeah, I'm going to push back on you a little bit. I think there's more than just a minus going on. I think there is a little bit of a plus. I mean, it comes with the minus, right? So, what did you ask me?
Do you feel? Yeah. It wasn't even really a good question. Hold on, let me real quick run that back. So my question was, Danny, a few days ago, you were verklempt and believed that one person that goes every 5 days wasn't going to make much of a difference. But seeing the difference that's been with this team, how do you feel now?
I still feel the same way. So my whole big thing is like bigger than baseball. Get well, man, all that kind of stuff. But the guy goes 1 every 5. I think the only thing we really lost out of that was your surefire number 1 starter for the NLDS. That is bona fide, factual on paper, probably what we lost, right? So that is all I looked at. Not like Wheeler went down to more of like that hired gun coming out for game 1 of the NLDS. And that is kind of as far as I thought this team was going to get. I'm starting to change my thoughts on that a little bit, but that's why I wasn't like, I think the season was ending where it ended anyways.
You needed something else to change. And
right. I think
who would have thought the mentality would change?
Right. That's like this was either going to sink them or raise them. And I think that with doing this full outfield platoon now, that's what we're doing. We're platooning left, center, and right.
Damn right.
Stott seemed to find his way. I like that whole Turner quote about everyone just needs to play a little 10% better. I think it was the wake up. So that's the plus. These guys are playing like the names on the back of the baseball card. I know you hate it, Alex, but if it's that 10%,
right.
If it's that 10% to get them back to that, this was the first series in a long time that the lineup went 1 through 9. And there wasn't any weird spurts or clunks or clutters. Like, that was my argument this whole time. Like, I just want a lineup that goes 1 through 9 seamlessly. And it did for the first time. And if that's them playing to their 10% above, or maybe the 10% where they always should have been playing at, maybe there is something true to that. Whatever it is, contentment breeds complacency or vice versa. Whatever that saying is, something to it that this was the wake-up call. But I think it was an ad. think it was the net. I think they're feeling the juice of knowing the games got shortened by an inning and an inning and a half with Duran. They're feeling that. Bader, as much as he may be,
you're good.
Right. The Bader, as much as he may be in or out, he's got some weird spunky juice to him that I think is also infecting the clubhouse. And they are rising to the occasion of their boy going down, and that 10%, it's a bunch of pluses.
And I will say, before I have a question for you, Chris, but Danny, I will say, I do think they are a Stubbs away from igniting the vibes on this team. I will say they are a Stubbs away from this team having fun again.
I think you might be right, and I've always said the sub stuff very tongue in cheek, even though the last time even though the last time I brought it up, I was starting to get a little more serious and like drop the bit a little bit and be like, no, maybe you need a little more production. But since then, they're 6.5 above the Mets now, which is the most they have ever led the Mets yet this season. So.
7 after today.
Oh, all right, there you go. 7 after today.
But
look at that.
Honestly, after Marchand hasn't really been throwing guys out on the base pass the way he was at the beginning of the season. His bat has completely gone ice cold. Stubbs is essentially a Marchand, but I feel like the vibes that Stubbs provides is just so huge.
I hate to rehash this argument. I think you're getting a slight bit more production out of Stubbs. You're getting more havoc on the base pass.
For sure. Oh my gosh, yeah. And honestly,
and he handles the staff.
Well, and what a good pinch runner in late innings in the post, when you need a pinch runner with some speed that can, avoid a tag.
So
Chris,
that mean he puts on a plastic Viking helmet and a sword and runs through the clubhouse yelling "Burn the boats"? And maybe that is all we need. Maybe that's all we need.
Stubby, I know you're watching. That's what you got to do when you come up. Chris, question for you. Is this the last year of Casty's contract or is next year?
Next year.
Balls.
He's signed through 26.
Okay. I wasn't quite sure how he was going to take this whole platooning thing. If anyone's going to have a problem with it, it's him. I don't know if you guys heard. Did you hear that he actually kind of low-key threw Bader under the bus the other day?
I heard that, yeah.
So someone had asked him about okay, so you guys the listeners may not have, but someone had asked him, about his playing time. He's like, it's hard when you're not playing every day. I know Harrison feels the same way. And it's like, motherfucker, Harrison didn't say that. Shut up. So I don't know what we're getting at, Casty, but it's going to be a hell of a ride.
I stand corrected. He's signed through 27. He's in year 3 of his new contract of the contract that he signed with us.
We're never getting out of that.
Yeah, I thought next year would be the
signed
fourth.
A 5-year deal in 22. Yeah.
I thought it was a 4 year.
22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
Yeah. Would you? Yeah, I know, Danny. You were talking about him. Could we call Harrison Bader Johan Rojas of the outfield that has the hitting intangibles that Johan Rojas does not?
Way too many words for a title.
Yeah, absolutely. Even what was it? Was it not yesterday's game?
Was it the home run rob?
No,
it was robbed the home run because that was gangster as hell.
When he went first to third on what was that? Tuesday's game.
Oh my god, dude, him on the base pass.
Scooted. Yeah, he scoots, he plays Monty's corner flawlessly.
I'll tell you what, the way he plays Monty's corner is like someone that's been playing
comparison, Chris.
In CBP for 5 years. Dude gets it really well. He is it's crazy when you see what he can do out there because again, I really do love the idea of just straight up platooning lefts and rights for the outfield based on the pitching matchup. Screw it, guys. You're all interchangeable, so let's act like it and just play the strengths. I love it. It's somehow working so far.
Yeah, and Kepler seems to be plussing again. So, man, what an infuriating guy this is. But
what an infuriating kind of guy and kind of season. Although I will say, go ahead.
We said we said he wasn't going to go down. I said the last time I was on here, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. Is he's better off just staying where he's at. Just let your 1-year contract run out, make your $8 million, be on a winning baseball team, and contribute when you need to. I mean, he's a veteran. Yeah, it sucks that he can't play every day like he was somewhat promised. But I think he's understanding his role now, and he's actually able to just put it to the side and just focus on hitting the baseball.
Yeah, between platooning everybody, Casty, Wilson, Kepler, Bader, that's all of them. That's all of them. In whatever situation that is, who's ever in left or center or right at the time is way better outfield than going into the post with a Marsh, Rojas, Casty. So
don't forget Jake Cave of 2 years ago. Carter.
Worst final out of the World Series ever.
I'll tell you what, NLCS, but I understand your pain.
Oh, yeah.
Danny and I were there. He was in there. I was across the street.
Oh, yeah. He was across the street.
I was at, what do they change the Xfinity Live to now? It's the Seltzer Company.
Stateside Live.
Stateside Live.
Stateside or Surfside?
Stateside.
Stateside. It is stateside.
Okay.
It is stateside. Yeah. Stateside Live.
One of them's better than the other, and I forget which one.
Probably the one that's not from Pennsylvania, I'll be honest.
I thought it was the same company.
It could be. Folks, you ready to get into my little vision for this week's game time? So, lads,
Sure am, bud.
Lads, I don't know if this is going to be good or not, but I'm going to go for it. Folks, I had an idea and a dream this week where I was going to try and convince Danny to believe again and to have hope and love for the Phils in a way that he hasn't for a while. And then the Phils went and did the job anyways, but I still want to play this game. And this game is called Make the Case. What I would like us to do is each to take two topics that we feel pretty passionate about, that we think the others might buck on, and make the case for why we believe that to be true. So to lead off by example, I'll go first. And I'm going to go with the same thing I actually called in to Fritz at 6 to discuss with him, which is I firmly believe Taijuan Walker should be our fourth postseason starter with Luzardo in the pen for long relief. Essentially, Luzardo needs the 2024 Taijuan role in the postseason. I don't understand why anyone would ever disagree with this. I think anyone that thinks that Jesus Luzardo should be pitching from a starting position in the postseason is doing that because of hopes and prayers and dreams, not because of stats, not because of what he's actually done this year. Taijuan has more than earned his opportunity to pitch game 4 of an NLCS or World Series if need be, depending on how the series is breaking out. Honestly, because of what he's been through, I don't remember an athlete coming into Philly shitting the bed for 2 years and just being detested by all of us, and then coming back and quietly having an extremely respectable grown-up season in which he is playing very good baseball, and we're not talking about it, and he's not making us talk about it. He's just coming out every 5th day, doing his job, tipping his cap, and eating his Uncrustables. And I'm like, I don't see why Taijuan shouldn't get that start and why Luzardo should. He doesn't have it. If we're down by 12 or up by 12 in the postseason, Luzardo can come in. But other than that, I really don't want him on the bump. That's my case. What do you guys think?
Not all at once.
Danny, I'll let you go first.
All right, here's the thing, Alex. My make the case is going to be a complete rebuttal of you.
Go for it, then. I'm excited.
I hear you, and he should not be our fourth starter. He should be piggybacking Luzardo as our second starter.
Bitch, what?
Yeah, all right. So here's the deal: the NLDS. You got to get out of the NLDS to get out of.
I got a wild card at this point.
Get to the NLCS. I have full faith that they're not going to be in the wild card round.
Okay. Will this be the first buy? No, we got to buy last year, right?
Yes, we got to buy last year, and I'm feeling
that worked out for us.
All goes to plan. They're going to do it again. So to get out of the NLDS, they have a scheduled off day, you only need 3 starters.
Right. I agree.
Typically, teams split these, they're home or away, whatever. You want to get out of there with a split. The managers manage for the split, all that kind of stuff. Making the game 3 win imperative. You give that to Ranger. Ranger, no matter what he is doing, it is going to gut you out a gritty postseason win.
So you put your postseason on Nola in the 4?
No. You worry about the 4th starter once you get to the NLCS. You don't even think about it. So you go Sanchez game 1. You have Taiwan start game 2. Let him see 2 times through the order, and then Luzardo comes out. He sees 2 times through the order. You can't have him out of the pen like as a typical reliever. He can't pitch with runners on base. But you give him 2 clean innings 2 times around, or whatever, 4 clean innings 2 times around the rotation. These guys, Walker, facing the second time around the order, facing guys, they're hitting a 224 off of them, a 260 off of him the third time around. He doesn't have an average.
The first time around,
268. He doesn't have an average for him the 4th time around because he hasn't seen it yet this season. Luzardo is hitting. They're hitting 250 off him the first time around, a 273 off the second, and a 220 off the third. Oddly enough, but it shoots up. It shoots up to a 333. We're talking about giving him 4 innings, splitting up the games 4 innings.
How does Nola work into your projections then? Do you really think Luzardo has postseason arm quality? I'm not convinced he does. I know
that's why you're giving him 4. That's why. Nola is beyond toast, dude. Beyond toast. Nola doesn't even make the postseason roster.
It's April for him.
Fair enough. I get that. Like, he's got 7 more starts to ramp it up. Do you think he's going to do it?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, because his 1-7 meatball fest that he had before he went on the IL, he looks exactly the same. And I get it.
Nope.
We haven't seen him for a while, but the dude is toast. It's not his season. I don't even think you see him on the postseason roster this year. And if you do, it's purely by name, and it will be the downfall of this team.
I am so happy to hear you say that, because I can't wait for you to eat your words in 7 weeks when we play the postseason and he is doing this thing again. Because he does show up in the post, man. That's the thing about our starting pitchers.
I don't think he does. I think he does.
You think he gets rocked in the post?
I don't think he gets rocked in the post. I don't think he wins in the post. I think he does what he does all season long. I just don't trust the guy. And I definitely am not going to trust him on 7 starts before we enter the postseason.
I'm not trusting Luzardo on 30 starts entering the postseason. So I don't know. I trust Nola's experience over Luzardo's, whatever you want to call it. Last time I checked, the Marlins don't do the postseason longer than facing us in the wild card. So it's not like he's had many opportunities to show us. Maybe that's something. But dude, how are you going to put a guy that can't pitch with runners on base on the mound in the postseason? Are you that's what I don't get about the argument.
You piggyback him with Walker and you give him 4 innings.
I mean, you may as well just sign Kimbrel then and have him close if we're just gonna be pitching with a wing and a prayer. Dude, how can you?
It's not a wing and a prayer. It's a plan for losing one of your horses. You need a plan. I'm not saying it's a.
I don't know.
None of this is ideal. None of this is ideal.
That's true.
You want to roll in there with Nola, heaven forbid.
A proven postseason starter, and I'm gonna bring stats.
Yes,
next
that
week
is true. He has started in the postseason.
Chris, what's your take on all this?
This kind of goes in. I'm glad I'm going to play the mediator between your lovely marriage here. I think that, and say what you said. Let me start by this. Down here in my neck of the woods on the Florida Gulf Coast, our local meteorologist, shout out to Dennis Phillips. He has, around this time of the season, which is hurricane season, obviously, he refers all the time to rule number 7. What is rule number 7? The 6 rules before actually have to do with preparing for a hurricane and such. Rule number 7 is, me as a meteorologist, unless I'm freaking out, there's no reason for you to freak out. Say what you want to say. I think both have valid points. At this time of the year, as we get into September,
more than others, but okay.
Topper's going to be Topper. He's going to let nature run its course. He's going to get to the last week of September, and who's ever going to be the hottest pitcher is going to start game 2. We know Sanchez is number 1. I really think that Nola's going to start game 2 no matter what. Which
you know what,
which
Chris,
which puts Ranger in game 3. I mean, Nola. I looked up the stat today. Nola, in the last since 2012, I want to say Nola has the most is tied for second for most playoff wins for a pitcher, which is 5. Zach Wheeler's number 1, of course.
Pitching into the playoffs until 2022.
Correct. He's 5-4 with an ERA just over 4.
I don't love that.
Just below him is Jeff Hoffman coming out of the bullpen. Now, that being said, what does that say about what our offense has been able to do in the 2020 playoffs? Like we were talking earlier about what this last 3-game series looked like from a fan standpoint. I think this is the best this team has looked 1 through 9 since the 2022 NLDS against the Padres. But Topper's going to do what he wants to do. He's going to look at some analytics, but he's going to do what makes sense in his mind that works best for the club at the time. Whether that leads to him not being our manager anymore, it very well could be. Who knows if he can't win the big game and make the right decision? Larry Boa back had those 2 great years when he first became our manager in the early 2000s. 2 years later, he got dumped and fired. Charlie Manuel won us a World Series, had a great 2009, had a great 2011, couldn't win with that all-star team. 2 years later, got dumped. It's going to be about time for Topper to be out if this season isn't it. So he's got to make the right call at the right time. And if that's just going to be, and we've seen his mindset that is, I'm going to go with who's hot at that point of the year. So it's hard to say what's going to happen. I don't think Nola's going to get any better, but I don't think he's going to get any worse than what he was when he had an ERA over 6 the start of this year. So it's like we said, it's up for debate. Obviously, losing Wheeler's going to leave a big. Losing Wheeler's going to be a whole big hole. I don't think it's going to be as big as we think, but there's going to be a lot of questions over the last 6 weeks of the year to answer.
So what I'm hearing is Chris agrees with kind of both of us that it's up to Topper, and no matter what, he's probably going to make the wrong call.
Well, just real quick, this wasn't. What do you think? This was a make the case. That was my case for piggybacking the two of them.
I liked it.
Game 2. It wasn't what's Topper going to do because Topper's going to have Nola come out and serve meatballs. We all know that.
Like I said, no matter what, Topper's going to do the wrong thing. He's proven that. Now, Chris, did you have a make the case, or are you
Nola Bistro?
Or are you just commenting on ours?
That was my first make the case. Just initially, I said Danny can say whatever he wants, but Topper do what Topper wants to do, and just let nature run its course. Essentially,
I let him in on my make the case.
Okay, cool. I like it. All right, then my second make the case, and this one could be controversial, but I think Major League Baseball needs to invest in closer entrances as a whole. I mean, hire some old deadhead burnout like pyrotechnician or something to come up with these things, get a graphic artist. But with what Johan Duran has done for the Philadelphia Phillies and just for the experience at the ballpark, if MLB feels like it needs to compete with the Savannah Bananas, that's one way they could do it that people would be down with, and it wouldn't cheapen the integrity of the game. Now, it may cheapen Johan Duran's entrance because then everyone has a Hell's Bells or a She Thinks My Tractor Sex or whatever relievers come out to. That's and right. I think it should only be for closers, not anyone before the 9th inning. But I don't know. I like the idea of MLB going full in on closer entrances as a whole. And I think, again, if they feel the need to compete with the Savannah Bananas, then this is a good way to do like a WWE style entrances. Like, give me that Stone Cold glass shattering. Oh, you didn't know? As a dude's coming out. Like, I love it. That's my case.
That's fine.
I'm on board. I'm actually looking right now at their slamstation.com actually ranked the top 30 in order their top 30 closers, themes, and entrances.
That's pretty solid. I have to imagine
mainly by song. Yeah, I'm going all the way down. Number one is the stupid Mets and Edwin Diaz and his fucking trumpet.
Oh, that's bullshit. Number one needs to be Mariano Rivera. Wait, is this only current?
This is the 2024 closers. So
okay. I was going to say, Mo Rivera by far.
There's some good ones on there. Some that we've seen. Jordan Romano ranked number 5, but that's long in the past. But I totally agree. I think they just hire someone that used to work for WWE and come up with the pyrotechnics and mash up with the theme songs. I think it's great entertainment. It gets the fans involved and it's fun for everybody around.
There you go. Maybe they can hire Linda McMahon. She should be out of a job soon.
I go to slamstation.com on their pay site, and much different.
Is there a filter on there?
Yeah, you can pick all the categories.
All right, Danny, what's your second case to be made?
That was it.
You got the one case.
No, well, so I can piggyback off it because the theme of piggybacking. To make the piggyback work, you got to start it now. Keep your 5-man rotation. Bring up Alan Rangel. See what he can do.
Rango, okay.
Yeah.
Not Johnny Depp's worst work, not his best work, but I like Rango.
Rangel, but sure.
I heard you. I care. So Griff still not
DJ
feeling the
Ango.
Still not feeling the Griff McGarry?
He's in AA. He's not anywhere close.
You're in AA. You're nowhere close.
The Phillies Talk podcast this week talked about him. They said he's not ready. I think he's gone through a couple minor setbacks this year. They'll see him in spring.
What podcast?
The Phillies Talk podcast. It's
Phillies Talk. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not Ruben. It's Spencer and a couple of guys that produce the pre and post game shows for.
Yeah.
I got
great
you.
guys.
I got you.
But yeah.
All right, Chris, do you have a second make the case, or are you good?
I do actually.
Yes.
Am I wrong in saying it's time for the Phillies to name a captain of their ball club? We haven't had the last captain. The last captain that was officially named was Schmidt back in '79.
Correct.
I thought
we don't have a captain, Danny.
They named Kyle the captain the series before the Red Sox series. The night before the Red Sox series. Yeah.
All right, let me see. Hold on, because that's actually something, Chris.
Because it was first time
he has been. Kyle
Schwarber has been named captain
officially.
Damn.
You're right. I stand corrected.
During the Red Sox series. You're welcome.
And my follow up was undoubtedly it's Schwarber, correct?
Yeah, it's Schwarber because it's Schwarber.
It was Harper, but right now it's Schwarber. Yes.
Let me take this a step further.
Sure.
As we're talking about Schwarber, obviously he's making his case for MVP, and he's making a pretty damn good one too. I saw this earlier today. Should MLB and the voters from Baseball Writers of America, should they take in consideration Shohei Ohtani pitching and not pitching well against him for MVP, or should they just specifically focus on his offensive production to call it in totality?
Honestly, I don't think it matters. I think even with his offensive, just if you let Ohtani have his pitching thing, he, as of right now, Kyle's got 20 RBIs more than him. I think Ohtani's at like 89 and Kyle's at 109. Like, got one or two dingers more and a whopping 20 RBIs. Like, I think the offensive numbers stand on alone. Also, just look at where this lineup is without Kyle. Like, it's
correct.
Clear. And I'm not saying that as a homer. I'm just saying it as if you want to fluff Ohtani, be my guest, and you're going to, but that's wrong.
Well, I think we're also looking at having our top two guys in the lineup being in the top 4 or 5 for the MVP this year as well. I think Trey's going to be up there too with his production.
And I said
I just don't feel like he's a valuable player. I know he does things, but MVP, even with his stats, like I've watched his game, he's not the most valuable player on this team, let alone the NL. Like, that's tough. Like, I hear you. And again, he had 5 hits the other night, but like, he is Captain Slapdick. Like, I don't know.
I almost was going to ask if you could make a case for Turner as MVP, and I didn't want to be the guy to do it, but I did. And I know this is beating a dead horse and bringing up the past, but I've said this to you guys in the text thread. I've never said it on the show, so I'm going to say it right now for Kyle's MVP 12, MV12 case. If Shohei Ohtani can say, you're watching the All-Star game on Fox, he can tell his interpreter, bet the under.
There it is. There it is. Thank you, Danny. That was delightful. The hell is that?
I think that needs to also be taken into the consideration. Just saying.
I'm here for it. Chris, that's a great point. And I agree. You've made the case. Kyle Schwarber should be the captain. Speaking of captain, while I was looking up that information, did you know that the Netflix documentary about the Philly captain actually won the Emmy?
Yes.
I didn't know that because I don't care about it, but I just thought that was interesting. Yeah, good job, Jack. So, shall we go to break?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll do this.
Hey, Patrick.
Hey, human. I love your shirt. What's a Quit Chasin'?
It's a podcast.
Oh, yeah? I heard it was a show.
Patrick, I know it's a show too.
Oh, that makes sense. Where'd you get your shirt?
From the website in the episode description.
Sweet. But what if I want to interact with the guys?
You can find them on social media under the Quit Chasin' logo.
And if I want to send them an email?
Just send it to quitchasinpodcast@gmail.com.
I love these Quit Chasin' episodes.
They get the merch.
Do they have Quit Chasin' After Dark merch too? To celebrate their alternative episodes that they bring out periodically and sometimes start a series and then never finish it while I sit here twiddling my thumbs waiting for episodes of Long Dong River that will never come?
Dude, check them out wherever you get your podcasts.
Or shows?
Patrick. All right, folks, we are back from the ad break. Apparently, I'm the only one that ever says hello at the end of these ad breaks. So, welcome back, gentlemen. Did you?
Last time I tried it, you stepped all over me, so I'm done, dude.
You know what? That's super fair. I do have a tendency to step all over anyone talking. I'm working on it. It's something I'm getting to. But for this week, we knew that we'd be going a little bit long, and last week went a lot of bit long. So we are bringing you either a Media Stables or an Amped Up. I honestly don't know which one this is for me, whether it's a Media Stable or an Amped Up, but here's how I'm feeling. The other day, I don't know what day it was, but the other day I turned on WIP to listen to the game because I love me some Fransky, love me some Stockard, and there was no reason why I shouldn't have been able to listen to the game the Phillies were playing. But no, there was post-game analysis from the Philadelphia Eagles preseason game instead of my Phillies. And it had me so amped up. And I got to ask, what is the point? And I know, God help me, I know the American culture would probably rather consume football than baseball. But please, what sense does it make to put preseason post-game analysis on instead of regular season and that like game coverage of the number one team in the NL East? It blew me away and it infuriated me. They used to do that around here with Penn State football. And like, I'm so sick of it. It's got me amped up.
I'm losing battery. So Chris, all yours.
All right.
I think that no matter what, especially the Philadelphia market, no matter what the Phillies are doing until they win another World Series, they're always going to be the team B. How many home or away, how many Eagles chants do here on the telecast during baseball games? And you can't get away from it.
It's a lot.
Everyone during road games hates us just because all you hear is EAGLES Eagles. And I'm not an Eagles fan, but you know, it's almost like if you compare it to college football, it's almost like when a team plays the USC Trojans, and after every single play, you hear the first 10 notes of their fight song, and
Yes.
it pisses me off to death. So, football is always going to be the number one in American culture. So you just got to deal with it. It's the revenue making, capitalism that the NFL brings, and people, especially this time of the year, people latch on.
Frothing. They're frothing at the mouth for their football. So Chris, given your hatred of USC, am I correct in assuming that you're a Notre Dame fan?
Yes, I am.
There it is. There it is.
Oh.
Love to hear that. Love
Irish.
to hear that. Wonder how Matt Leinert's doing. All right, Danny.
Is that the McDevitt in you? Is that where that comes from?
The Notre Dame.
I think it's where my family was put me in line to as a young kid, and then McDevitt, essentially doing everything that Notre Dame was doing from a football and fight song standpoint.
Right.
You just feed more into it.
I will say, I ironically, the McDevitt ejaculation over Notre Dame is exactly why I am super anti Notre Dame, because I could not take living in little Notre Dame. Oh my god, it just irritated me endlessly. Danny, what you got? Yeah, of course.
I'm Italian. Hey.
Do you like San Greasy State?
No, I actually don't understand college football at all. We've had this conversation. Did we not have this conversation?
Yeah.
I don't understand it all.
When I was in college, it was everything. Now that I'm out of college, it's silly. I don't get it.
Yeah, okay. That's the thing. You went to SHIP.
Yeah.
Were you like going to shit games, or were you all like,
Absolutely, yeah.
Hey, go Michigan State? That's the thing I don't understand.
Oh, I'm a diehard SHIP fan. I don't bleed for anyone other than SHIP because that's my alma mater. So, like, I'm not going to say, like, I cheer for Penn State. I also laugh when they lose embarrassingly. Like, I don't have a college team other than Shippensburg. That's my squad.
Well, I'm right there with you. It's the born and raised like Philadelphia guys that go to Temple University and still live in Philadelphia that are like gigantic Wolverine fans or like gigantic Bama fans or Notre Dame. Sure, yeah.
There's a lot of Notre Dame love in Philadelphia.
Like that, I don't understand it. Like, how are you supporting this college team that one isn't in your state and you didn't go to? That's so weird to me. I don't get it. It is
interesting. I had a friend that I worked with that was a Clemson fan before Clemson was good, and I'm like, why? He was from Central PA. He had no connection to Clemson. He's like, I just like the colors. I'm like, okay, that's a weird way to base a personality, but go for it, I guess.
Yeah, collegiate sports, man. If you want to be like 5 and you like the Vikings because they like the color, it's a major league team. It's a major sports team. You can buy the gear in any sports store all over the country. That's fine. I get it. And then you're like, I might as well stick with them. And now I'm a 30-year-old who likes the Vikings in Central PA. It's weird. It's weird.
Dan McGinnis has something for you at Bleacher Bums.
Yeah, so like I get that, but this is collegiate scholastic sports. I don't understand it. I think I've made myself perfectly redundant.
I love it. Which you got?
So I guess that's my app. No, I was gonna theme of piggybacking for me. This is my piggyback episode. Is I'm with you, Alex. So like, I hopped in the car. You're looking for any Wheeler updates, you're looking for any just want to relive the Seattle season, and the first thing I hear as when I start my engine is one complaining about a week 5 bye. All right, that's what I heard.
That's the worst. Okay,
complaining about a week 5 bye. And bubble people. I've never heard the phrase bubble people more in my life, and I just wish it was like something cooler. Like I wish I was listening to like NPR, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, we have discovered the bubble people, and they are planning their attack." But no, they're talking about the guys that are like on the periphery of making the team or not. But like the amount of bubble people talk that I've heard in the last 3 to 4 days is outstanding.
I would have to imagine. Damn.
I got my haircut today. And
I see that, actually. I noticed that. I love that you're going. So Kim always says that we don't have enough like active, pop culture references. Your hair is what every kid at Penn State Harrisburg has right now. So nicely done. The mop top up top, and then the business on the sides and back.
yeah, three on the sides, exactly. You get it rounded, faded. All right. Anyways, I'm sitting there waiting for, and it's not just Philly. So like, case in point, Chris, I hear you. The Phillies are gonna always be the B team. This isn't a football town, but I'm sitting there and they have ESPN on, and Herm Edwards is yelling at the top of his lungs aggressively about something. I don't even know what. And then another heated, I was like, boys, they're still in meaningless practices. Why am I getting yelled at about football waiting for a haircut in August? Like, this is insane.
That's insane. Why. So you got the shave and the haircut. Did you get the 2 bits?
You know it.
My man. My man's. All right. Chris, maybe you're not piggybacking. What you got for media stable / amped?
So I'm amped up about almost the same thing. I think
3 for 3, baby.
The title of this episode is now Piggyback.
Yeah, honestly, I was thinking it when Danny said it the 14th time.
That's it.
There it is.
I think once you hit July 15th, I think baseball season goes to hell, and it's just all about NFL again. I'm not too upset about it, but I think the repetitiveness about talking about will Aaron Rodgers not playing the preseason for the 10th straight year hurt him, or will Micah shout out to Harrisburg.
I was
Will Micah Parsons divorce from the Dallas Cowboys? Will him sitting out week 1 be a big signal that they're gonna separate?
That's what Herman Edwards was yelling about.
Yeah. But at this point of the season, the topic should be, just talk about predictions for the teams. Yeah, if someone major gets hurt, that's important, and then just let it rest until the rosters are settled and it's the week of the week of week 1. That being said, I think that baseball, basketball, God forbid hockey, they're never going to sum up just because they don't have the media backing and the media presence that baseball does. I enjoy watching MLB Network this time of year just because there's a lot more content that's, of valid opinion and importance. But, who am I to say? Because, the NFL is king and nothing's going to ever change that.
Hey, actually, real quick, speaking of media, because I just ranted the other week about how it would save the MLB Network, and then they went and sold the MLB ticket to ESPN. So let me ask you, how do you feel about Netflix having the Home Run Derby in the new media rights package? They suck at live entertainment, so I'm very nervous about that. Like the fight they had crashed tons of times. One of their reality shows, they did a live taping. Like for some reason, Netflix, if I remember correctly, does not have a great track record of live programming.
I think that they will have more capital to put into it to make it, more entertaining for the viewer than ESPN can. I'm not going to say they've fixed everything. I think having WWE involved with Netflix has shown them some of their flaws because they now having the biggest show on Monday Night Cable and Monday Night Raw, they've had great feedback. All the viewership is down from from normal cable, but I think that was their big. Can we do this on a wide scale? And then now you see how they're going to involve themselves in the big four sports, if you want to call it that, and baseball is going to be part of it. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely against it, but I'm cautiously observant, shall we say. Gentlemen, that brings us to our last segment. Danny, you suggested this one because you hate when I ask love it or hate it can opener. So, without further ado, gentlemen, love it, hate it, the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I'm an old man. I'm going to yell at the clouds here. I don't like advertising in general, especially on the sleeves. I didn't like when the Phils did it because, it's change and change. That being said, it is small enough. It is complementary colors. It is a white square with blue IBX lettering. It complements a red and white striped jersey, no problem. The gigantic orange switch thing. Yeah, thank you. that was a little brutal. The
Chris,
gigantic
for a second there was an echo.
The gigantic orange switch on the patch is brutal. So it turns out for home games, they use their white City Connect and Sunday alternative cream jerseys. It's the old school racetrack logo.
Ooh,
Nintendo racetrack logo. They only use the orange stitch patches for their away games. But
I hated it. It was so distracting. Oh my
it
God,
didn't even fit on the jersey. Did you notice that? At least the Phil's ad fits on their jersey.
Yes, I agree with you. And it works with the theme. Here's the other thing I'm thinking. If you are Nintendo, you do not need to advertise the Switch. All you have to do is put Super Mario on that sleeve. Everyone knows what you're selling. You do not need to have your ugly ass corporate box lettering on your sleeve. Just put one of the characters. Have everyone pick their own favorite Nintendo character, and we're all going to know that that's Nintendo product. So, like, you're taking such an ugly pass at this, and it breaks my heart. But granted, it's probably some stupid MLB rule that you can only have like 2 patches or whatever archaic BS so that people can't express themselves. So, here's the thing, though, Danny. I hate the patch, but I love the Nintendo Switch because our family has 4 of them, okay? It's fun. It is my favorite of the new consoles. It is the first new console I had since the PS3 because I didn't see really a need to upgrade from that. But the Switch's ability to go from handheld to television-based, the ability to connect with folks, the fact that their games are still very much young child friendly. I am a huge, huge fan of the Nintendo Switch, but I do hate the patch. I'll give you that. Chris, what you got?
I'm on board with the Switch. I mean, my 12-year-old's all about it. He's gotten, mom and dad into it even more than we should have. I actually just bought him MLB The Show 25 because now he's all into, what can I do with the Phillies team that no one else has ever done, and I'm going to add Aaron Judge to my baseball team. So,
there you go.
I think it's more like you said, it's a family friendly console. It keeps advancing itself, and you can't beat Mario Kart when it comes down to a good family battle royal.
I will say the Mario Party collection is dynamite. Do you guys play Mario Party?
We do.
It is a really, really good time as well. It's essentially a video game style board game filled with fun little interactive mini games. Danny, I hate to say this. I actually think you would like having a Nintendo Switch. I don't think you would mind that. I don't know if you're a gamer, though. Are you a gamer?
Streets of Rage 2 on the original Sega Genesis is the GOAT, and nothing will be ever better. And it's the only game I ever want to play.
There is a 10% chance you could actually access that game on your Nintendo Switch because they have original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, and Sega emulators you can download to play those classic games. I was playing Dig Dug the other day. I was playing Paperboy. Like, it's amazing. Dr. Mario. Danny, I lost your volume.
Yeah, well, I said Alex, you are Dig Dug. What do you say? That's a good one. You want to get out of here?
Danny, I think we did it. One more time, though. Can I get a burn the boats?
Burn the boats.
Burn the boats.
Tay just said burn the boats. Yes, all the girls did. Hell yeah.
All right. Well, hey, that was a fun one. Thanks, everyone. We'll do better next week, I promise. And everyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant. Rogan.
Well, when he's tripping on his flip flops.
I'll start vagina.
Oh.
And just like that, I will have to edit this video after all. No, I always had to edit it, so it's okay. But Danny, when you go to do the audio, remember to edit this part out.
We'll see what happens.
I'm back.
God. That's all right. Love it, hate it. Ass to mouth. All right.
Now I have to. Now I have to.
Put it as the tag. Put it in as the tag.
I will do just that.
All right. Oh shit. Drum major face. Already.